Hey, Mitch Talk number 54. It's been fun to spend all morning with you guys. I'm going back to bed as soon as this one's done. Number 54, God, I got some more serious questions. This comes about from a conversation that I had a few days ago with some buddies of mine. We were kind of talking about Alzheimer's. We are all affected by a friend of ours who has early onset Alzheimer's. She's in her mid 50s, has full blown Alzheimer's, has is not communicating with speech right now, so she's not talking, not really recognizing anybody in her life. And when I'm in my room up in heaven, as I talked about a few talks ago, there are some questions I want to ask. I don't know that the answers will make a difference, but they do leave me scratching my head down here. Two of those big questions for me, and I've read the Neil Donald Walsh Conversations with God. I've read some of that stuff, so I get it. I get that we're all interconnected. I get that there's reasons for everything. I really do, and I believe that. The two big questions for me on the serious side, and there's a lot of them, but I'm going to focus on two, is cancer and Alzheimer's. I don't really get the point. And again, some of you may choose to send me messages and explain to me the point. I don't really get it. And I'm looking forward to sitting with God and asking that question. Sometimes I wonder if God might also look back at me and say, you know what? I don't get it either. That's a legit answer for God. I just don't get it. I don't follow the idea of losing our ability to understand, to comprehend, to recall, to remember, to then express ourselves. I shared the other night with the guys when we were talking about this friend of ours. Part of me wonders if the desire to communicate is trapped inside of her. She wants to communicate, like being underwater and wanting to talk. She just can't. The synapses they're not firing anymore. They're not making that connection. There's a desire in her, but the ability is not really present. I I have not been in my direct family been touched by Alzheimer's. I've known many people who have gone through it. Many people at the church have experienced it. Good friends of mine have experienced it. I have not experienced it firsthand. My heart goes out to all of you. The idea that a loved one looks at you with complete vagueness and a blank stare and just doesn't know. My closing thought on this, though, I want to share with you something that a podcast, Stuff You Should Know. It's a great podcast. Man, these guys are super. They're funny. They have a great way to explain things. I listened to a podcast about what is dying. Stuff You Should Know is the name of the podcast if you want to look it up. One of the things that they commented was that in their research, they have learned that one of the last things to shut down on a dying person is the ability to hear. The ability to listen and hear is one of the last senses, if you will, that shut down. The point of the research was so don't stand in their room arguing with each other. Don't stand in their room fighting about stupid crap. And I feel the same way. Should you hear I'm dying, should you hear something's happened to me at some point in my future, speak words to me, words of love, read wonderful things, read great things, tell me things. I'll hear. I may not be able to respond, but I'll hear you. You're touched by Alzheimer's. Again, I've not personally been touched by it in my direct family. Maybe keep speaking words of love to them. Speak words, touch their hands, speak the words. Will they say it back? Maybe not. Maybe not. But maybe they hear you. I have a feeling they do hear you, and it's just as frustrating for them to not be able to get a thought out to you in a cohesive way. Speak words of love and warmth and appreciation and gratitude to them. Wouldn't it be great if they can hear you and that love that they hear is what keeps them going? Hey, have a good day.